What's up, everybody? This is Jose Gagnon, the random guy, 75, here again today. And we are now on episode 13 of the season 4 Everything Wrong with Thomas the Train commentaries. And basically, I had to look up the episodes one by one. Because the usual playlist that I was doing on the other channel, the crazy junk Mattel company, got rid of it for some stupid reason. So now I gotta look up each episode one by one. But anyway, I still found it. So now we're on episode 13. We're gonna be doing episodes 13 and 14 today. This one's called Passengers and Polish, where we'll be seeing Duncan again. And both episodes today will be about Duncan. And also in episode 14, Rheneas will finally have been brought back from being mended. So we'll be seeing him after, all these episodes that have just went by pretty much, that we've gone through. So get the greatness, have the happy times. You already know that things go here. And we're going to get the things rolling right now. You already know that things go, man. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, man. Get them rolling right away.
Nancy is a guard's daughter. One day she was working on Skarloey with some polish and a rag. Skarloey was snoozing happily, but Nancy wanted to talk.
And here we have another random human character whose name is Nancy, and I guess she takes care of the trains because, since her father is a guard, so she also takes care of the trains, I guess, just to help out a little bit. And she's polishing Skarloey right now, but Skarloey is not really paying attention to Nancy because he's thinking about Rheneas, and because he really wants Rheneas to come back so they can hang out and be together, since it's been a super long time that he hasn't seen Rheneas. So we're gonna see what's gonna go on in this little scene.
Wake up, lazy bones! Your brass is filthy. Aren't you ashamed? No, yawned Skarloey. You're just an old fusspot. And Skarloey closed his eyes. He was thinking about his friend Rheneas, and all the good times they had shared together before Rheneas went away to be mended. Nancy interrupted again. Don't you want to look nice for when Rheneas comes home? Skarloey wasn't sleepy anymore. What? When? Soon, Daddy told me. I'm going now, she said. Nancy, stop! Do I really look nice? Please, polish me again. Now who's an old fusspot, laughed Nancy, and set to work once more. Duncan was jealous. Aren't you going to polish me too? Sorry, not today.
And, of course, now hearing the news that Rheneas is going to be, coming back to the railway pretty soon, of course, Skarloey's like, wait, can you keep polishing me? Because I really want to look really nice. I really want to look super nice for when Rheneas, gets here. So you can see, how amazing I look, pretty much. And, of course, Duncan is going to, is getting jealous because I guess he hasn't gotten polished in a super long time, or has never been polished, or I don't know. I have no idea. But of course, I think, Skarloey's going to tell him, the reason why he's getting polished and everything. But, yeah, let's continue on and see what goes on here.
I'm going now. I'm helping the refreshment lady this afternoon. We must get the ices ready for the passengers. Never mind, Duncan, she said. But Duncan did mind. It isn't fair, he complained. Peter Sam gets a special funnel, Sir Handel gets special wheels, passengers get ices, but I'm not even polished. Of course, this wasn't true, but Duncan enjoyed complaining. He became sulkier still. That afternoon, there was bad news from up the line. "One of Scarlowy's coaches has come off the rails," called Duncan's driver. "We'll have to take the workmen there right away." "All this extra work," grumbled Duncan. "It wears an engine out. Rubbish. Come on." The derailed coach was in the middle of Scarlowy's train, so he had gone on to the top station with his front coaches. Duncan shunted the works train into the sidings and left the workmen to sort out the mess.
Now Duncan's, super aggravated because he had to go to help, pick up, some coaches that were left behind. But that's only because, as you can see, one of the coaches got derailed when Scarlowy was, pulling them somehow. I have no idea how it got derailed, but it derailed somehow. They don't say how it derailed either, so I have no idea. But, he's in a, super aggravated mood because he didn't get polished and, he's just, doing so much work and that's just aggravating him a lot for some crazy reason. I guess he just doesn't understand that, the work is super important or something for some odd reason.
Then he brought the passengers and the rear coaches home. He sulked all the way. "I get no rest, I get no rest," he muttered. Duncan made the journey very difficult. He was short of steam, so his driver waited a while in the hope of raising more. But Duncan wouldn't try. "We'll keep our passengers waiting," said his driver. Duncan was cross. "You always think about the passengers and never about me." It wasn't long before Duncan built up enough steam to set off again. But he was still very grumpy and cross. "I'm overworked and I won't stand it." At last they reached the viaduct near the station. "Come on, Duncan," cajoled his driver. "One more effort and you'll have a rest and a drink at the station." Then Duncan was very rude. "Keep your old station. I'm staying here." And he did too. Scarlowy had to haul Duncan and his train all the way to the platform.
And now, Duncan just got so aggravated that he just, didn't care about the passengers at all and just chose to, stay on the viaduct until Scarlowy came to pull him to the station. That just shows, how selfish Duncan really is. Because, he wants people, to take care of him, but he doesn't want to take care of other people. Like, especially the passengers. Because, the passengers are there so that, he can take them to where they need to go. But he's just, being so selfish that he doesn't, I guess, care about the passengers at all. He's only thinking about himself. Kind of like James in a way. That's how James is. But James would never do that about the passengers because he loves pulling passenger trains. But he can be pretty selfish sometimes. And Gordon is super selfish a lot too. That's basically how Duncan is acting right now.
The passengers were furious. They told everyone what a bad railway it was. That night, the fat controller spoke to Duncan. "No passengers means no polish. No Polish means no passengers, Duncan muttered to himself. He still has a lot to learn, doesn't he?
So that was episode 13 of season 4, Passengers in Polish. So now we'll be moving on to episode 14. Well, like I said, we'll be, seeing Rheneas again, after all these episodes that we just did. He's finally coming back to the series. And, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Get the greatness, have the happy times. You already know how the things go. And we will see you all in the next episode, everybody. Yeah. Woo! You already know the things go here, man. So we will see you in the next video. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, man.